The Financial Guide Through the New World Order by Wall Street Worthy. When did it become acceptable for individuals who don't have money to teach the next generation how to make it? We have gotten used to others having the information and feeding us what they will for our survival. We have bought into the idea that living in poverty is a divine vocation that earns us grace from heaven, as if it influences God's plans for our lives to be either rich or poor. Many people believe that money is the root of all evil. So, is being dead broke the seed of that root? It doesn't have to be. The way we accumulate our fortune is going to directly correlate with our efforts and value that we contribute to the world. The world rewards those that constantly add value to it. When we examine our lives, we can see that we aren't half of what God or the universe intended us to be. And that's because of the limitations we have put on ourselves through fear and lack of preparation. We all want positive changes in our lives, but we don't want to change our life to get it. We often don't want to change who we are because we haven't mapped out what better means for us in our life. So what's the point? Yes, we all need money, socially engaging activities, shelter, and purpose for our survival. But without a plan, we won't see any of these things. Sure, you could acquire these things as you live your life, but it won't be on your terms. If you have a plan and a desire to want better, you can fix your current situation right where you are with efficient planning. The act of financial planning consists of long-term planning of not only your finances, but your health, interests, and where you choose to spend your time. You don't have to be smart to earn money, but you do need to understand the rules of money and have a plan. Attempting to reach success without a guide to structure our efforts around can lead to frustration and disappointment. This guide is for those who have the desire for more but don't know how to get started. For those who have been miseducated on the laws of money and how to properly apply them in our daily lives. For those who realize the conventional way of working until retirement hasn't made you or anybody you know wealthy. Look around the world we live in and ask yourself, are you prepared for the changes that are rapidly taking place? Do you have a defense for the day our paper currency is no longer valuable? Will you and your family survive if your job no longer needs you? Will your job even be around 20 years from now? The information you acquire throughout your financial journey and how you apply it to your financial planning will determine the strength of you and your family from now until your death, and even after your death by the execution of how your estate will be handled. The idea of dividing all the money in the world evenly among the earth and have everybody be millionaires is entertaining, but because of the way things are set up, the common man has to pull himself or herself out of an economic system that isn't designed for their success. Question is, how much effort are you willing to put in to pulling yourself out of that economic system? 85% of the millionaires that exist today did not become rich by inheriting money. They got there by saving and investing their earned income. The world is rapidly changing around us, and yet we are still using strategies from decades ago to survive in today's world. This simply won't work. Our financial system has been in place for hundreds of years and mirrors the empires that have come before, and the rich and the poor will always be among us. This will never cease to exist, and knowing the laws of money will dictate where you fall. It is easy to blame the rulers of the time for the people's circumstances, but ironically, the same financial burdens laid upon the people back then are laid upon the people of today, and even more so. You can't choose your circumstances, but you can choose your thoughts and how they affect you. Wallowing in self-pity and blaming others for our lack of success is not the answer. The victim mindset has cost us more than just money, but also opportunities we wish we had the courage to accomplish. In addition to our mindset, the other challenge we need to address is being comfortable with managing our own money. The things we love that we don't need is what is costing us our fortune. All the money in the world is spent on feeling good. It is your money, and you have a right to do with it as your mind chooses. But if we don't control our spending, we will never see riches. The only difference between the wealthy and the poor is the way they think, not in intelligence, but thought patterns. Most of the things we learned about money need to be unlearned. We also need to humble ourselves enough to learn the rules that govern our universe regarding money. You can look back at all your years of schooling, and even if you went to Harvard, you would realize they don't teach us how to make money. They teach us how to count it and how to store it, but they do not teach people how to make it. Paying yourself first and spending less than what you earn has always been the cornerstone of building wealth. Unless you have something that nobody else has, consistent saving for wise investments is the only way to obtain financial freedom in this new world order.